3-drop foundation. Let's talk about this viral foundation formula. It's supposed to be incredibly easy to apply. It's supposed to give you flawless full coverage with just 3 drops, and it's supposed to wear incredible the entire day. Let's see what this is all about. This 3-drop foundation is from the brand Rituele De Fille, and I got 2 shades because I didn't know what I needed. So I got the first one, number 110, which is fair with neutral pink undertones. And this retails for $42 US. And the second shade, I got 125, which is light with warm undertones. So I figured, you know, if I mix the 2 together, we might get something perfect right in between. The reason why I had to get 2 is because when I was looking, and I purchased this at least a week and a half ago, and it only just arrived today, the colors that I wanted originally were sold out. But I'm looking now, and the color that I wanted originally is back in stock. But let's get into it. Woo! This is what the packaging looks like. It's very simple. It's not glass, it's plastic packaging. But what's really interesting about it is it's squishy on the bottom. So I think maybe that's where you squish it out or you drop. Ooh, okay. So let's talk about this foundation. So the name is 3-drop Weightless Serum Foundation. It's supposed to give you a medium buildable coverage. This 3-drop foundation is a glowy natural finish. It's supposed to be very lightweight, never sticky, never greasy, and never drying. So we have to shake very well to get the best application, because it is a serum foundation. You know what I actually wanted to do? Let's do half of the face with a primer. So let's do a little bit of primer. On the left side, I'm gonna use the Milk Hydro Grip. I'm gonna take it on my cheeks and also on the forehead, just on the left side. That's 1, 2, 3. Texture feels really nice. So I did 2 drops of the lighter formula color and then 1 drop of the deeper shade. It feels like a tinted oil with a serum texture. For my brush, I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown Full Coverage Foundation brush. They didn't technically say I should use my fingers or a brush or a sponge, so I think honestly your preferred method to blend this foundation into your skin. This 3-drop foundation is fragrance free, but they did said there could be a hint of, I think, jojoba oil and marula oil. Looks like it's blending in really nice. Let's check the side with the primer. Oh wow, okay. I think the color is great. It's a really good neutral color. Not too pink and not too warm. It's a very radiant, glowy finish, which is exactly what I would expect from a serum foundation that's supposed to apply like an oil. Make sure to take my time to blend this in. I mean, it's blending in really nice. And then whatever is left in the back of my hand, I'm gonna work it into the brush because I wanna use up all the 3 drops. For my preference for my foundation, I like a solid medium to full coverage. And if it's a true full coverage foundation, I like to sheer it out just a little bit, just because I think it wears better on my skin. Because I have combo skin, so if a foundation's very thick, where it looks very full coverage and is thick, it does not wear great on my skin type. So this right here, I think it's really good because the coverage is just the right amount where it color corrected everything, like my red cheeks, my my sunspots on my face, my freckles, everything looks good. It still looks like my skin, but it's very even toned. Okay, so I was talking with Andre, and I think this might be the type of the foundation where it kind of looks better as the day goes on for it to really help melt with the skin. But this foundation, I'm not liking the way it's looking on my chin especially. I have dry spots, and I didn't know they were this dry, but they're looking pretty dry with this foundation. The foundation doesn't look incredible on my skin, but I'm really hoping it's going to look better as the day goes on. Let's apply the rest of the makeup, and of course we're gonna do a full day wear test and see how this 3-drop foundation wears on my skin. So because my skin type is combo and usually throughout the day I get very oily in the T-zone, so forehead and right here. So I'm gonna set a little bit using the Flower Beauty, the Light Illusion Perfecting Powder. This one is a great in-between powder because it's not going to mattify my skin, it's just going to softly set and give a little bit of the blur effect. And I'm not gonna go heavy, but I'm gonna take this powder with me. That way, if I need to touch up, I can touch up. I mean, as you can see, it's just toning everything down, but I still have that natural radiant glow. It's just toned down a little bit. And I'm not setting the entire face. Like I said, I'm only setting the T-zone. All of the makeup that I applied, I used most cream products with this 3-drop foundation. Every makeup applied flawlessly on top of this foundation. I personally don't really see a difference so far with how the foundation looks on top of the primer versus no primer. The pores look even, the texture looks even, the finish looks even, and the coverage looks even. So as of right now, we're looking even with primer and without primer. But I'm thinking we will hopefully see a difference with longevity, or maybe we won't, who knows. So let's go on with our day and let's see how this 3-drop foundation wears. It's been a couple of hours since I applied my makeup and I'm still sitting in front of the lights. And I honestly think we're still looking really good. The dry spots are still there, but they're looking a little bit better on the chin. Everywhere else, I look fresh. My skin looks like my skin. The texture is not heavily accentuated. My skin looks like my skin, so that's good. I think I'm going to repowder maybe in like 2 more hours. Like the forehead, it's not feeling oily, and the skin actually feels really good. Like the skin doesn't feel tacky. The foundation doesn't feel like it's going to go all over the place. I hope that makes sense, but I'm feeling good with this 3-drop foundation. Kidoki, we are like over almost 13 hours in, and this is what we're looking like. I think we look okay. I repowdered once after the initial application, and I think I repowdered, it was like maybe like 4 or 5 hours after. We came back home, went to the movies. This is the first time I went to the movies since 2017. We watched Sound of Freedom. It was a really good movie. But in regards to the makeup, I think we're actually looking pretty good. I think a lot of the makeup, it's wearing down as I expected to wear down. I don't remember seeing really long-lasting claims for this makeup. I don't remember seeing those long-lasting claims, but I think for 13 hours, we're looking okay. I'm looking right here on the no primer side, and a lot of the foundation it's gone, like it's rubbed off. And it's still looking dry around my mouth area, but it's looking really dry right here on those areas where it's been accentuating since the beginning. So I think you really have to prep your face before wearing this foundation, even though it's not supposed to be a drying formula. So that's kind of fascinating. It kind of sticks to those dry patches. And I'm looking right here on the side with the primer, and I think the makeup is wearing a little bit better with the primer. So I'm not sure this 3-drop foundation, to get that longevity and that hold on your skin, I would suggest to wear a gripping primer to help stick to your skin, because right here, I mean, you can see it's rubbed off. Like, and I wasn't really touching my skin all that much. I was trying not to. I was trying to be mindful because I'm doing a wear test. I don't want to be touching and rubbing my skin just to see how it's going to wear. So yeah, it's not the most long wearing foundation. I think what I really enjoyed about it was the packaging. It was very easy to use. I really enjoyed the application, also very easy to blend. The one thing I don't like about it is the finish. It's natural enough, but I didn't like that it's a serum foundation. It sticks to the dry patches on my skin. So I can see where that coverage is coming from, but you're pretty much getting a very pigmented, serumy, oily foundation. I hope that makes sense. It's not extremely oily like the Kosas tinted oil. It's not like that, but you are getting a lot of that pigment, and that pigment is sticking to the dry patches on my skin. If you have textured skin, I don't think this foundation is for you, just because of what it's doing to my skin. And I didn't know I had this dry patch right here on my chin. I didn't think it was gonna be that noticeable, but with this foundation, it really enhances it. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching, spending time with me. Of course, I have a lot more details on our website, milabubeautyreview.com. If you're wondering how else this foundation wore, because I wear these products over and over again just to see if I can make it work best with another product or other different products, maybe with a different application and so on. But thank you again for watching, spending time with me, and I'll see you next one very soon. Bye.